William.
I'm Kina.
And we are the Nerdyweds.
So we are here with the lovely JoJo, also known as Geek JoJo, for our first cosplay spotlight of the year. And I'm very excited because how can you not be? Look how gorgeous she is. So let's have you go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Joanna, also known as Geek JoJo. I am an artist, a cosplayer, and just full-on nerd.
And what do you love about cosplay, and how did you get into it?
Ooh, well, I love dressing up forever. I'm an October baby, so all my parties were always Halloween-based, and I always dressed up. And then when I found out you could still do this as an adult, and it's accessible at Rent-A-Fair and cosplay areas and cons, I was like, yeah, sign me up. And then just kind of build outfits from there.
So you mentioned Ren Fairs and cons. Yeah. We're at a Ren Fair right now, Bay Area Ren Festival, BARF. And you mentioned cons. So talk a little bit about Ren Fairs that you go to, what you like about them, and same thing with cons.
Yeah, so I've been going to Ren Fair since I lived in Georgia. I'm in Florida now. So I just found out recently how many different Ren Fairs we have here because it's warm a lot of time of the year, so they have a lot more options here. And last year they just started having an indoor Ren Fair during our hottest time of the year. So I am enjoying all of them. And then as for cons, I used to do Dragon Con back in Georgia. Now I do MegaCon here in Florida. And I love comics, I love Marvel, DC, I love dressing up as different characters, and my kids have actually gotten into it too, so we're having a whole family fun with it.
So how did you get your kids into it?
Well, since my kids were young, they've been going to small little events with us, comic book stores, Renaissance fairs. My daughter was dressed as a fairy in the carrier. As I walked around, she was just kind of born into it, so there's no other way of life.
They're born into this life. It is their life now. Mm-hmm. So you mentioned Dragon Con and MegaCon. Are you ever going to go back to Dragon Con?
Oh my gosh. So when I used to go, it was much smaller. It was like maybe 3 hotels, possibly. Now it's like all of Atlanta, and it's a lot of walking. So I don't know. Once it gets too big and you spend all your time in the line ride, it's not as fun anymore. So I like to go to smaller cons. MegaCon's now starting to be, mega. So I tend to go to the smaller ones as much as possible.
When you went to Dragon Con, did you cosplay at Dragon Con? Because I know you cosplay a lot at MegaCon.
I did. I used to do steampunk a lot before steampunk was a thing. So a long time ago, I'm a little older, so we made our costumes. My husband made wings that he's actually an engineer, so he made wings that did a pulley system that would come up. I had the goggles on top of my head and the whole outfit, and I had a little gun. You know, you take a Nerf gun, you spray it with some gold and silver. You add some jewels and other gears on it, and then you got steampunk. So we had fun with that, and then we kind of grown from different genres since then.
So how do you decide what you're going to cosplay? Because you mentioned being into steampunk, and now you moved to different genres. How do you decide what genre you want to do?
It's whatever strikes my fancy at the time. I try not to do stuff that's super in at the moment, but sometimes I do. My kids really like K-pop Demon Hunters, so I did make the bird, I'm forgetting names right now, the bird and the cat for Halloween last year. So I may be wearing that a little bit for MegaCon, but with a little bit of a switch with it, because we're also have Lord of the Rings there. So I'm gonna do elf / K-pop Demon Hunter. So you can have fun with it because no one expects you to be the character exactly as it is. You just want to be creative.
So is that your way of looking at cosplay and having fun?
Yes. Because if you look at characters, they're all fantasy characters. They're not really going to be, it's by the book. Mermaids they were undead creatures when the first story of mermaids originally came around. And then Lord of the Rings, until there were the power ones that came on Amazon, they weren't really black figures of Lord of the Rings. So since there's not a whole lot of representation, it's getting better, but there's not a whole lot. I can't stick with just characters that look like me. I want to be whatever I want to be and create whatever I want to be.
And sometimes you come up with your own characters, right?
Oh, exactly. Right now, I don't see a lot of mermaid anglerfish. And so I'm like, anglerfish is one of my favorite animals out there, and so I was like, yeah, let's do it. I was a siren at a recent Ren Fair, and I'm like, let's make this one anglerfish one, and I got stopped a lot.
You did, and you look amazing. And mermaids are sirens, and you're living up to that today. So what other cosplays do you like to do as far as going to conventions?
Okay, for conventions, I have a full-on Spider-Man, Spider-Woman outfit, and so I do play that one. I do like Miles Morales, so I kind of go towards that type of section. So I do have baggy pants, like high-top shoes I wear with it, and a backpack, so I kind of go more towards that direction. I also do just like high fae characters as well, and then maybe something from some TV show I like. Owl House was one I did with my kids. We also did Five Nights at Freddy. Yeah, we did a whole character. We like to do group ones because when you're a group, people want to take pictures of you more and you look more cohesive. So if you have a bunch of friends, go as a group. Like today, we were all like fairy fae people. Well, I'm an anglerfish, but we're all mystical characters, and people stopped us, and like, I love it when a group goes together and goes hard, and that's the best part.
So you mentioned that your husband is an engineer, and so he would help with prop making. You're an artist. How does that come into play with your cosplay?
Oh wow! So I come up with the designs. Pinterest is a huge thing for my idea base, where I make a board of like what I'm kind of thinking I want, and I take those ideas and I jumble them into a drawing that I make, like a hard sketch, and then it's time for treasure hunting, where you go and see what you have in your closet first, then you go to thrift stores, and then if you can't find it anywhere else and you can't make it, then you start hitting up the online stores of exactly what you want, and you fork over that money to get the cohesive look in the air.
How does the idea live up to the reality for you?
It's always better. It's always better because you find things that are like, I never even thought this existed, and now it's part of my outfit. And I noticed that if you have a color scheme, everything kind of goes together. So if you are thrifting and you're like, I want a fairy outfit, pick what color fairy you're gonna be. Like, I'm gonna be a green fairy. So you can pick up dark green, light green, whatever, and mix match it together. And as long as they all have this type of green color, it all looks like you bought it at one store.
Oh, you were awesome today because you started out, and as we went through the day, you picked up a piece and another piece.
Armor. I got my little shoulder power right here that glows with I think it's an axe. And I got like knickknacks on my bag.
So we have a good before and after of you. So I think that was just the after right there. So anything you want to add about cosplaying?
When you start out, don't feel like you need to have everything at the beginning. Start out simple. You can start with a nerdy shirt. You can start out with a hat. But then as you go, you'll see things that you like that people have made, people have purchased. Just take note of that and start just adding things a little bit at a time. Don't do me and go crazy with it. Whoop. He's okay.
He survived.
But as you go, you'll like add more things to your costume, and then once you have color themes or know what type of look you like, then you can mix match it onto different costumes. So like this guy, he's a little armor thing. He's definitely coming with me to MegaCon because we have Lord of the Rings, like a whole bunch of those people coming. So that's going to be a major costume people are wearing. So guess what? He's going to be with me, and I'm going to get more like Lord of the Rings type of look to go with my outfit. And then my armor, that can go with my Lord of the Rings look as well. Also, it looks like fish scales, and it looks like it could be an owl. This can go with so many things. So it just depends on your full look that people will be like, oh, you got it for this costume because you have the full story everywhere.
You tell a story.
Yeah.
So you mentioned something. I'm only talking about it because you mentioned it.
Okay.
You said, I'm older. She don't look at you guys. How does that affect your cosplay, or does it?
Oh, No, it doesn't at all. Like maybe I won't wear like super short skirts or something or super tight stuff, but like other than that, like you can be whoever you want as long as you feel comfortable in that outfit. That's the most important. You need to feel comfortable. Don't wear high heels for Renaissance Fair and you're gonna be out all day in the dirt. Like prepare for where you're gonna be going and wear stuff that you feel comfortable, that you can, it could be windy, it could be rainy, it could be everything, and you are just perfectly fine.
I like that. Anything you want to end with? First off, let everyone know where to find you. And then let us know if there's anything you want to end with.
You can find me on Instagram, Geek JoJo, digital artist. You'll see my cosplay and you'll see some of my artwork as well. And you can find me around, my website, www.geekjojo.com. And you just find me around. I'm in local Floridian, so you see me here, and then just reach out, say hi. Don't be shy. I don't bite.
Thank you for doing the cosplay spotlight. I've been excited to do this because ever since you did our short with Bridgerton.
Yes.
You were beautiful, by the way, and your artwork shining through your cosplay. So I think you have a great perspective that people need to hear. So thank you for doing this for us. And until the next one, stay nerdy.